edition of Road Warrior. I'm your host, Grant Robertson, and today we try out the all-new 2013 Hyundai Santa Fe. The Santa Fe comes in two models, the all-new 7-passenger version or this week's Sport model that features enough room for 5. Now, if you're familiar with the Hyundai line like I am, I've been used to their econo-friendly like models. Now, what's surprising about the Santa Fe is it goes up against a huge competition, more notably the Pilot, the Highlander, and other vehicles with huge nameplates associated with them. So I'm impressed that the Santa Fe can hopefully hold their own right here in this segment lineup. Now, if you look at the exterior stylings, this bad boy is sweet. And I even think it has a little bit of the BMW X3 appeal. So it's obviously trying to compete with the big boys, and I feel Hyundai is on its way to do just that. Now, like I said, this kind of has a BMW X3-like appeal. You'll see a little bit of chrome accents, some nice rubber fascia around the sides, and of course you're going to sit on some nice 19-inch wheels. The front has a lot of chrome, and it has a good, pronounced front end. That's got a lot of pizzazz. Best thing about love about Hyundai is that it's getting away from the geekish look and it's going into more of a regal, sleek exterior. And that's exactly what you need when you're going up against the big boys like Pilot and the Pathfinder. Now, I've heard of raising the roof or raising the bar. Now, what Hyundai here is literally cut the roof. And more specifically, they have a nice, huge moonroof here that opens up to the sky. Better yet, the whole entire roof is a glass panel, giving you the stars to look at or the moon on that romantic night. Now, as for every midsize or sport-like SUV, you're going to look at legroom in the back before you look anywhere else. Now, what's great about this Santa Fe, even though it says sport, it's still got a lot of legroom to go around. More specifically, there's about 41 inches in the front. I've seen that across the SUV segments. But when you get in the back, there's usually about a 5-inch drop. Not here. It's only a couple inches, more specifically about 39 inches of legroom. Now, what that equates to is plenty of legroom right here, no knees hitting the back of the seat, and you're going to have a comfortable ride. Now, in the Santa Fe, they've thought of everything. Now, more specifically, this pillar right here gets slightly in the way if you were to lay the back seats down. Typically, the handle's right here, and you're not going to be able to reach right here. Of course, engineers thought of that. So what they did is they put a clever little handle right here. You pull, and simply everything lays flat. That's an excellent attention to detail on this vehicle. Now, when you look at the sporty key fob for the Hyundai, you're going to notice one thing missing, and more specifically, that's the key. This technology on Hyundai basically means it's proximity entry. And all you have to do is walk up, find the corresponding button, and easily lift up to get inside the vehicle. Now, while we're at here at the back, you're going to find cargo space is plentiful. Better yet, you're going to find this tonneau cover that easily hides everything out of the way, especially during this holiday season where people are looking to walk away with free gifts. Now, when we dive in deeper back here in the cargo area, you're going to find some nifty storage areas under the seat. First off is right here in this front area. Now, you can put anything you can think of, some junk that you need to keep in there, some tools. The jack is ready right at the back. Also, there's the cargo area a little bit further back. Now, this is, to me, perfect if you're in the grocery store, some bottles rolling around, throw them right underneath here. They're going to keep from slinging back and forth while you're driving. Now, one thing, of course, if you're in the back, let's say you got a lot of lumber to carry or a big piece of furniture, typically to lay down the back seats, you got to do some reaching in to grab this. And on this Santa Fe Sport, it's a little difficult to actually reach those back of those seats. They were, again, clever here. Put a handle release right here. All you got to do is reach in, tap them, and they'll fall forward. Another clever design feature on this Santa Fe Sport. Now, the one thing I did find about the key fob is there's like a little button here that is for the rear hatch. My original thought was it was a power hatch. Now, it's not that, so we can't use it at all. And of course, I like to be an equal opportunist here and think about my vertically challenged people. Best thing about the Santa Fe, again, is you don't have to reach all the way up here. They've built in a handle. Just pull on that if you're a little bit not as tall, pull down and you're done. While we're back here, let's think about safety. They have built in a reverse camera, something that you typically don't see on some of the Hyundai models or other features. They've got it here. Put it in reverse and you've got a clear view of what's behind you. Now, for the week-long test drive here, they added a little bit of pizzazz, let's say, to this week's model. One feature they sent along was the iPhone 4S. Now, it's not the iPhone 5, so I got over that little problem. But either way, the iPhone 4S has this fantastic app called the Blue Link system. Now what it basically means is that you from anywhere with your iPhone can simply use the app and lock your doors, check the status of the vehicle, even set the alarm off if you need. The best thing about that is you do it right from your phone and you have to be nowhere near your vehicle. So you can always check to make sure your baby is safe and sound. Now of course with any vehicle that I've found these days, everything is driver centered. And that of course means you're going to have everything at the touch of your fingertips. The best thing about it is they have a nice integrated touchscreen here in front of you. They've got corresponding buttons of course, real easy to use, got navigation built in, CD player up top, Bluetooth capabilities, everything you expect. Better yet, you almost have a cockpit for an airline right here. Simply touch any corresponding button right here while you're looking, driving, no distraction. It also has a tilt telescope steering wheel so you can really feel your comfort where you need it. The Santa Fe Sport comes in two power plants, basically the 2.4 liter 4-cylinder engine or the 2.0 turbo model like it did this week. Now by the numbers, and of course that's what we all want to look at, is the horsepower. Now the base model is going to be 190 horses and 181 foot-pounds of torque. Now if you bump up to the turbo, you're going to have a little bit more spunk, more specifically 264 horsepower and 269 foot-pounds of torque. Now our model came with all-wheel drive, and I like that. Of course, no better than traction in all four corners. Of course, you can get the front-wheel drive model as well. Mentioned earlier, there is a bigger model that's going to hold up to 7 passengers, and if you go with that, it's going to be a 3.3 liter V6 engine. Now it's going to offer a little bit more horsepower, of course, more specifically at 290 horsepower and 252 foot-pounds of torque. Now of course, every time you step up with a bigger engine or even a bigger footprint, you're going to also get a little bit more weight. More specifically, you're going to start at about 2,000 pounds on the base model, 3,500 pounds on the turbo version. Or if you go with the big model, stand back, you're going to drop about 5,000 pounds when you go to that one. This does it for this edition of Road Warrior. I again have been your host, Grant Robertson, and we tested out the all-new 2013 Santa Fe Sport. Now if you'd like to see more videos from me, go to YouTube and search out Grant Robertson's channel. And as always, I thank you for watching this edition of Road Warrior, and as always, keep both hands on the wheel, eyes straight ahead.